What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Diamond in the Rough podcast. Yes, we still exist. Yes, we are still here, and we are still pretty rough looking, man. I thought about trimming my beard up today, but, I felt like it was time to record another Diamond in the Rough episode where a couple of rough looking guys sit around and talk about much better looking guys on a baseball diamond. As always, it is your boy NMR Sports here. I'm with my boys Mick Miller 42 and NickTheriault, part of NickTheriault Gaming. How we doing tonight, boys?
I'm doing well, man. I am still alive. I've had a lot of people reach out, ask me if I'm doing all right, when the content's coming back. I've been doing a little bit, trying, college is hard. You can see my entire dorm room right now, so that's cool. Welcome to the humble
Looks
abode.
nice. I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks nicer than the former setup.
Clean.
Yeah, I got yeah, exactly. It does. It really does. I got a dingle, double single all to myself, so not bad.
A dingle?
Dingle, yes. But
yeah, I
the
see
worst
the
part
two
about
beds
it is
pushed
the internet
together there.
is trash.
See the two beds pushed together there. You got like the two twins making a queen. That's beautiful.
That's pretty dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing pretty well. I've just been grinding my ass off on MLB The Show lately. That's pretty much all I think about. That and Kansas City Royals baseball.
Bro, that's what I've been doing too. Like I haven't uploaded on YouTube in like a week and a half just because I've been grinding that Team Affinity or doing this or that. And I keep saying I'm gonna make a video and I have all these ideas, but I'm like, but MLB The Show. I could be playing MLB The Show.
I still can't believe I finished that whole program in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
insane. Yeah, anyways, well, the reason we are gathered here today, as they say, is actually because they dropped the All-Star Game ballots for us. As you guys know, the fans are able to vote for who they think should start the All-Star Game, but, it doesn't really have any impact on... I mean, I guess it could have impact on who's selected. Like, if you vote for Jose Iglesias, I don't think he's going to be making the All-Star team, but... Anyways, we're going to pick our starting lineups for the All-Star Game today, and I believe Mick has a list of pitchers that we might talk about as well. Obviously, you can't really vote for the pitching, which kind of sucks, but I don't think I would trust random MLB fans voting for pitchers anyway, so...
His ERA is over 3. Fucking.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no chance.
High ERA, he's probably the worst pitcher in the league. Anyways, speaking of terrible stats, if you go to vote on the MLB The Show, if you go to vote on MLB.com, they give you the worst stats of all time. They show every player listed with their batting average, home run count, RBI count, the true way to determine a good player, and their OPS. So they don't like advanced metrics or anything like that. So at face value, you're tempted to vote for certain players who maybe you shouldn't, but... Anyways, we're going to get in and do hopefully a little bit deeper dive than the MLB.com will give us, and we're going to talk about our picks. Y'all down?
Absolutely ready. I think we should want to get us started with the American League catchers.
We can start with the American League catchers. There's not much to start with, I'll tell you that. American League
No,
catchers...
there is not.
I think you were saying there's only like 3 of them that are qualified for league-leading stats because...
2. In the American League, there's 2.
Yeah, because, well, one, their catchers keep getting hurt. Like Max Stassi for the Angels, pretty damn good catcher, but he's been hurt like the entire season. And all the ones that have been healthy kind of suck, if I'm being honest. There's maybe 2 to me that stand out. Yeah, in the American League, everyone else, I believe, is hovering around a 600 OPS, something like that, below league average offensively, and it's really hard to determine dominance with defensive stats, but
Unless you're Salvador Perez.
yeah. So who do you guys have? Maybe do a top 3, and then we'll reveal our picks.
Yeah, I can do I really only have a top 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really anyone that you could argue. I've got Salvador Perez, of course. He's got the other pick in games played, but it doesn't really have him in many offensive categories. So it depends on what you value more as an all-star. And the other guy would be Mr. Mike Zunino. He's a lot of people's picks because he does have Perez beat in a lot of the offensive categories. He's not quite a platoon. He does play more. He doesn't quite play every day, but he isn't a full platoon either. I don't know. Those are really the only 2 guys I can think of. Most other guys, I mean, Yasmani Grandal plays every day. His stats are deep. Like his BABIP is absolutely atrocious, which sucks for him. But he's not really in the discussion. Other than that, there's not really any guys you can really compete with these two guys. Maybe Christian Vasquez of the Red Sox, but his stats aren't off the charts either. So is there any debate over those three being the top three?
I don't think there's any debate at all.
No, definitely not.
Not on my end. Not on my end. Like Salvador and Zunino are easily the top two offensive catchers in the American League. Like it's solely if you look at OPS plus. But I mean, Mitch Garver's also there too. He's got a .833 OPS plus. So he's up, he's actually up there. I was actually surprised. I went back and looked the second time.
He won't be an all-star because I do believe he just got surgery, so he's gonna miss a while, which sucks.
It would have to be Zunino or Salvador Perez. And honestly, if it's not Salvador Perez, I would definitely take Zunino, even though his batting average is low. Like people care about batting average. Like he'll hit the ball hard. He's got 12 home runs, so that's pretty solid for a catcher at this point in the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I just made a YouTube video about it without just like off the cuff reaction, looking at it without going in depth, and I definitely picked Salvador Perez initially, but Zunino, not necessarily as good as Salvador Perez offensively, but he is hitting the ball hard, he's squaring up the ball, and is just absolutely tearing the cover off it when he makes contact. His making contact's been a little bit of an issue, but other than that. And he is 94th percentile in framing, so he is damn good defensively. And while Salvador Perez does have a few gold gloves in the past, this season has not been very kind to him behind the plate. So
he actually rates so I believe Salvador Perez is rating out to be the worst defensive catcher in the American League as it stands. Yeah. Has not done very well defensively this year. That does not mean he's a bad defensive catcher, in total. But I'm taking Mike Zunino. He's my starting catcher. I think because obviously, who cares about batting average anymore? Zunino's got him defensively. He's got him in home runs. Got him in overall production. Got to take him. And I know he doesn't have as many games played, but because some other guys I'm going to talk about later on, I'm not too worried about games played at the moment.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Zunino, although I did take Salvador Perez in my first pick initially. Especially being a catcher. I know defensively as a catcher, it makes a huge difference, especially to your entire team. Like the Angels have sucked lately. Max Stassi's been on the injured list for like a month. He came back 2 days ago. Andrew Heaney, 8 innings, scoreless against the Giants. Like it makes a huge difference. Just watching the difference between a bad catcher in Kurt Suzuki and a good catcher in Max Stassi. Defense does play a factor into this position, unlike certain positions like left field. I don't really give a fuck if he's, gonna make a diving catch any day of the week, but I do care if, half the strikes that are borderline are gonna get called or not.
Absolutely.
So I'm taking
just
Zunino.
like talking about Mike Zunino, just today, the Yankees were playing the Rays, and fucking Ryan Yarborough's on the mound. I'm sure you guys know about him. He's got a funky windup, and the chart of strikes called outside the zone. Yarborough got a ton of strikes that were outside the zone, called strikes, and Garrett Cole got a whopping 0. So that's not why the Yankees are losing 8-1, but it certainly didn't help.
Yeah. So the Royals fan in the room, are we rolling with Perez or?
No, you guys got me convinced with Zunino. So I'm definitely gonna take him as my pick. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if fans voted in Salvador Perez just based on his accolades of the past and just he's more popular than Mike Zunino. I would say like to the general casual baseball fan, he's more popular than Mike Zunino. Compared to like the people who look at it more in depth.
And we are not going to be making obviously full all-star rosters. The rosters are much, much bigger than the players we're going to be talking about. There's a big chance a lot of guys that are left off our team will be on the roster, Salvador Perez included. Obviously, there's going to be more than one catcher.
Both of them are
he'll definitely be on
our team.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
100%.
They have to be the two starting catchers. There's not really anybody else that. I mean, there's one maybe eligible catcher behind them, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even Christian Vasquez might be on the team too. Red Sox fans.
Maybe Yerman
So-
Mercedes is gonna catch his first game of the year in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No, I don't. No.
Listed as a catcher.
He is well on MLB.com.
Not-
He's
yeah,
listed
not
as a
on
DH,
MLB.com,
but so as we move from behind the dish over to first base,
Oh.
I'm gonna need a big. Just give me this. Just give me this for a second, guys. I've had some bad takes in the past. I'm not exactly I don't know everything, but I did know this. I'll let you guys reveal who's the first baseman. I don't think there's any debate whatsoever at all.
No, there
You
isn't.
want to tell us who?
Yeah, it's Vlad Guerrero Jr. And okay, none of us said Vlad Guerrero Jr. wasn't gonna be a good player this year.
Yeah,
No,
I
but-
actually agreed with Mick.
Yeah, none
Right,
of us
right,
said he was
but-
gonna suck. I didn't say he was gonna be the worst player on the Blue Jays or anything. I just didn't think he was gonna be the #1 MVP candidate, and I still don't think he is. I think Shohei Ohtani is more valuable. While he may
Yeah.
not be as good offensively as Vlad Guerrero Jr. is, he's more valuable player. But
Because of the pitching side.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
Right,
I
but you
will
can't
say,
deny
yeah.
that
No,
Vladdy
he's-
is an
he's
MVP candidate
fucking
as it
insane.
stands. He's
Yeah, he's fucking
clearly the
insane.
starting first baseman for the American League All-Star team. I just needed this. Every day I wake up and at least one person tells me to shut the fuck up that I said Shane Bieber was bad. I never said Shane Bieber was bad. I just said he wasn't going to
said
be
he
as
was
good.
overrated, yeah.
I'm gonna message
And
you
he
tomorrow
hasn't
morning about
recently. He actually hasn't been as good, but we'll get into that later. But I just needed this. I desperately needed this for my well-being.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can disagree. I mean, Vlad Jr. is far and away the best first baseman in the American League right now.
Vlad Jr. is the
100%.
starter. I will say I am going to I'm going to upload a 30-minute long ranting YouTube video if Jared Walsh does not make the All-Star team.
Also agreed.
I
I
will be
absolutely
very
agree
upset.
that Jared Walsh should be on the team.
I think we'll have at least 3 first basemen on the team. I think it's going to be tough though because Matt Olson and Yuli Gurriel are close enough where I think depending on how the league sees it, and I feel like those guys both have bigger names than Jared Walsh, they might make the All-Star team over him, and that's where I see he's going to get screwed. And I know that Mick's about to look at his baseball reference or savant page and see that it's bad, but yeah, overall he's just been a good player.
I wasn't. I think Jared Walsh should be on the team. I was just looking
I
at
think so too.
in terms of OPS, the top 4 qualified first basemen are Vlad Jr. by a wide margin, by over 150 points.
Oh yeah.
Vlad, and then Matt Olson's number 2, Jared Walsh number 3, and Trey Mancini coming in at number 4.
I was just about to say on MLB.com he's listed as first baseman, and you were saying that people aren't Jared Walsh might not be as well known as Yuli Gurriel or Matt Olson. It could be the same situation with Mancini. He just got back from cancer.
Oh, I think he's
having
gonna
one
make
hell of
it
a
because of
season
that
so
though.
far. Yeah.
If the fans don't
Yeah.
vote him in, the players are going to. I don't know if he doesn't right now, but he does have 44 RBIs, which is not the top of the league. He did have
He
one
was
point now the
leading.
most in the league,
Yeah.
but he's still been really good. It looks like his OPS is 874, which is borderline all-star level. And because of everything he's gone through, I definitely think he should be on the squad.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention him, but obviously Vlad Jr. is the starter.
Yeah, 100%. Vlad has to be the starter. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
definitely throw Mancini there on the team. And Jared Walsh, he should make the team as well, but
I think I've never been more confident someone's going to get screwed out of an All-Star appearance than I'm confident Jared Walsh will not make the All-Star team. That's why I'm I will go out, I'll wear a t-shirt, I will start a fundraiser, I'll do whatever I need to get this man on the All-Star team because he deserves it. I feel like he's going to be an added alternate when somebody gets hurt or something, but
Well, so Trout will Trout be back by the time the All-Star game starts? Is
I
that
think he's out for 6 to 8 weeks, isn't it?
6 to 8 weeks, which was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. So I think if he gets back before, it'll be the week before. That when we get into the outfield, I'm very
probably-
curious about it.
He should be back before
But
the All-Star
if
game,
Trout's not the Angels representative, who the
Oh,
fuck
bro.
else would it be?
No,
Jared
we
Walsh
have
other
at
than
least
Walsh?
Otani's making the All-Star team.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. My bad.
Right, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Right.
Otani's making the All-Star team. I think Walsh should make the All-Star team. Yeah, I was assuming those two plus Trout were gonna make it, and I was. Well, we'll talk about this in a second. I'm not gonna get into that yet, but yeah, I think Walsh is gonna get screwed.
We'll see.
I could,
We'll
I
see.
could
I
definitely
hope
see it
the
happening, but he deserves it 100%.
I hope the coaches vote him in.
Yeah.
All right, so now there's not much debate about first base, like we said. Moving on to second base. I don't know if there's very much competition. You might have other opinions. Teammate of Vlad Jr., we ripped this guy a new one earlier in the
Yeah,
offseason.
we really did.
Marcus Semien is the starting shortstop. Sorry, starting second baseman for the American League All-Star team. Had an insane month of May. Had a very good year overall so far. I think he's got to be the starter.
Oh yeah. No, it's not close.
100% Semien, but you could also argue Altuve, but Semien's the clear favorite for me.
Yeah, Altuve's been good, and it's kind of weird because Marcus Semien got off to a very slow start this year. Like I saw the Angels play the Blue Jays in Dunedin earlier this year, and the fans were booing him. He sucked. I think I watched him strike out like 6 out of 8 plate appearances that I saw. Like he couldn't hit anything, and he was known for being the worst defensive middle infielder in all of baseball back in like 2013 or whatever when he was the starter for the A's before his MVP season where he turned it around, but potential MVP season. But yeah, this year he's just been lights out since May. I don't know if something just flipped on May 1st where he's just been insane, but yeah, he has to be the starter.
Yeah, he's been far and away. His OPS is almost 100 points higher than Altuve's. I know. OPS isn't the end all be all. His average is better. His on base percentage is better. Slugging is over almost 100 points higher. He's just been far and away the better player. Don't know how good his defense has been, if I'm being honest, but I don't think it's been bad.
Yeah, not bad enough to know about it.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I've seen a lot of top plays like on Sports Center and all that shit, like top 100 plays for the week or something like there was a lot of Marcus Semien there like in April. Like he was pretty damn good defensively from what I was seeing.
And that's all you need to know.
And he's getting the lightning card in MLB The Show.
I would be shocked if he doesn't.
Yeah, him or maybe Austin Riley, Kevin Gossman if they wanted to give it to a pitcher. I don't know.
I would love to get a lightning diamond Jesse Winker. That'd be nice.
Oh, he'll get a card. He'll get a card.
He'll get a card, just not the lightning.
No, exactly. Okay, so again, there hasn't been much debate so far, but we're kind of moving through this kind of quick. I'll give you. There probably is a top 3, but I've got a top 2 written down for third base. Rafael Devers has been the best offensive third baseman in the American League as of right now. Jose Ramirez is creeping up. He's definitely making a case to be that starting third baseman. You guys have anyone else?
I have to look real quick. Let's see. I'm just gonna go back to the All-Star game.
Oh, Yoel Moncada. Moncada's probably the other top 3 guy.
I got another one.
Go ahead.
Hunter Dozier.
This is what I was gonna get into earlier. Anthony Rendon fucking sucks, man.
Yeah,
he's bad.
Facts.
So everyone's giving Lindor shit about signing a big contract this offseason and playing terrible. Why is everyone turning a blind eye to the fact that Anthony Rendon is below league average in every single offensive statistical category and has a negative D-WAR? Like he's literally doing nothing well this season. He had a pretty good year for the Angels last year, but he's played 38 games this season. It's not like it's that small of a sample size, but fuck, man. I understand he's had some injuries, but he's been terrible.
I didn't even notice that he was that terrible until I saw that he went to 83 gold.
Yeah, I know. Nobody.
The last update. Then I looked at the stats and I'm like,
talking about it. Yeah, he's been fucking awful.
Yeah, he's been awful.
Whenever he comes up, the only thing he does is he doesn't strike out. But literally, I just watch him swing at first pitch every time and pop out to right field. That's all he does.
So it's very unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah. I just had to rant a little bit about that.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Matt Chapman also fucking sucks. Both
defensively he's been so bad this
offensively.
Year. Yeah.
A platinum glove winner who just can't field a ground ball.
For third base, I would definitely have to take Devers.
Yeah, I think Jose Ramirez or Yoel Moncada probably on the team. one of those two.
Devers would be the starter though. I think.
Yeah,
he's
I
an
do think
he's an extra base machine, dude. Holy crap.
I think Devers has got to be on there. His OPS is 944. I mean, his on base percentage is 355, which is insane, and almost a 600 slugging.
Wait, what?
He's been really good.
Okay, I'm on Baseball Reference. It's for right here. It says 152 OPS plus and 928 OPS.
You said 944
right.
OPS.
Yeah, on MLB.com right now it says 944.
Okay, they
Yeah.
may have not updated it, but I mean similar stats here.
Yeah, I'm definitely
point is
taking
he's been really
Rafi
good.
Devers. Yeah, it's not really a question. The Red Sox have just
Yeah.
been so good this year.
Oh,
Half
I
their
know.
lineup deserves to be in the All-Star team. So, yeah, absolutely insane. Rafael Devers easily for me.
I love the bounce back from the Red Sox. Obviously, I'm a Royals fan, but Red Sox for me are a second team because I jumped from the Red Sox to the Royals. I jumped from good to bad back in 2008. So I'm definitely high on the Red Sox, even though I don't like to broadcast it.
So out of the candidates for OPS, or out of the candidates here, I only have OPS to look at because I can't figure out how to compare third baseman anywhere else. There's 2 third basemen in the American League who have a lower OPS than Anthony Rendon right now. Even Hunter Dozier.
Dozier's one of them.
Yeah. Oh no,
Wait.
I guess there's 3. Sorry, I didn't see Hunter Dozier. Hunter Dozier has
Dozier's
the
got
worst to make.
Dozier's got 569.
Yeah. No,
Very
that's
nice.
the worst.
Oh, that's tough.
Hey, we have 2 of the worst third basemen in baseball on our teams, Nick.
Feels bad, man.
And Gio Urshela hasn't been very good offensively either. But
I've never liked Gio Urshela.
I fucking
Yeah.
love Gio Urshela.
Never
Well, of
liked him.
course you do. You're a freaking Yankees fan.
Never
He's
liked
also
him.
just a god over at third base, but that's a different story. He should be our starting shortstop, but again, I won't get into that.
Well, we can
Alright,
get
so
into
we're
it when we
in-
talk about shortstops.
We are into so we're in agreement that Rafael Devers is our starting third baseman.
Yep,
Yeah.
easy.
All right. So over to shortstop. Again, I really only have a top 2. I didn't write down a top 3 for everything.
Yeah,
Possible
JP
teammates.
Crawford. It has to be JP Crawford. Who else could it be?
You know,
The
I
noodle.
forgot about him, but you might have convinced me just now.
The noodle.
Then, dude, that should be his fucking nickname.
The Noodler.
But anyway, I've got 2 guys here. There's one clear choice if you're talking offense only. That would be Xander Bogaerts. Carlos Correa also is in the discussion. Debate away.
Oh, it's Bogarts.
Bogarts.
That's that.
Easy.
I've never been a huge Bogarts guy, but yeah, it's Bogarts.
He's for me. He's a top 3 hitting shortstop in the MLB.
Right
I
now, he's
know-
top 1, so.
Yeah, I mean, even before this season, like people never really looked at Bogarts. They always looked at Story, or Rendon, or Correa, Seager, Tatis. I thought Xander Bogaerts was overlooked. Like we talked about that in the shortstop list.
Yeah. No, I've never
In
been
one
a
of our
huge Xander
backup-
Bogarts guy, but
Yeah.
no, he's dominating. He's very clearly has the best stats of anybody in the American League right now. Yeah, he's ridiculous. Like I said, the whole Red Sox lineup is just that's the reason they're in first place right now. Everyone's hitting. It's not like they have
Yeah.
elite pitching. You know, they've had
They
good
will
pitching.
They will when Chris Sale gets back.
Oh yeah, when Chris Sale gets back, we're all fucked. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Dude, I forgot how fucking bad JP Crawford is.
But I will say that with the shortstops, I know he just got back, and he was gone for like 6 weeks. But I mean, Mondesi has an OPS over 1,000, but he's not going to make the All-Star team. He's been out for too long.
yeah. No, he's.
Yeah,
I hope he keeps it up though. If he could have a nice little season there,
I really hope so. We just got back over 500.
there you go.
Yeah, I'll just say average exit velocity, 3rd percentile for JP Crawford. Barrel percentage, 4th percentile. So he's
actually-
batting 245.
So he's top 3 in percentile. Love it.
No.
Yeah, he's top
No.
3. That's what you just said. He's third
He
place.
is bottom.
No,
He
you said
is
he's-
bottom of the barrel.
Said he's third place. 3rd percentile. That means third place.
Yes, that is what I said. If you get anything from this episode, take it like that.
He's top 3 in exit velocity.
I'm changing to Andres Jimenez.
Yeah.
You'll make some people happy.
Trav.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I don't even think Trav would pick him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of underperforming shortstops. I mean, well, I shouldn't say a lot of, but Gleyber Torres is underperforming like fucking mad right now. So
I just don't
That's
understand
fine.
where the power went.
Freddie Galvis is solid.
No, it doesn't
Where's
make sense,
Gleyber's
man.
power?
Solid.
It
Gleyber
took him like a
Torres is-
month and a half to hit his first home run.
Gleyber Torres
Yeah,
is slugging
literally.
337. That is abysmal. His average isn't bad.
Yeah,
his
for a
on-base
power
percentage
hitting
is actually
shortstop?
pretty good.
I would expect him to lead all of American League shortstops, if not all shortstops in home runs this year.
Iglesias has more home runs than Gleyber Torres.
Jose Iglesias does? No way.
4 home runs, and
Yeah.
Gleyber has 2.
Jose Iglesias is not the worst shortstop on this list. I just want to.
Freddie Galvis has more. Freddie Galvis has more. He's got
Dude,
9.
Freddie Galvis went silver.
Nico
Just
Goodrum
that.
has more.
Elvis
tied
Andrews
with-
is far and away the worst shortstop in the
He's
league.
tied with J.P. Crawford for home runs. He's
Hey, watch
tied
your
with
fucking mouth,
J.P.
man.
Crawford with
Watch
home
your
runs.
fucking mouth.
Who's better, J.P. Crawford or Gleyber Torres? Find out this week on today's episode of Diamond in the
No,
Rough.
all right.
JP's
I'm gonna
gonna
wait.
hit one tomorrow, and he's gonna pass Gleyber.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
calling
my
it.
I'm gonna give my Yankees rant later on. Not gonna do it right now in the middle of this. It's been infuriating. That's all I'll say. That's where I'll leave it at right now. All right. So just to recap, the infield, we got Zunino starting at catcher, Skinny Vladdy Daddy over at first base, Marcus Semien gonna be our starting second baseman, Rafael Devers over at third base, and Xander Bogaerts rounding out the infield at shortstop, full of American League East players. But again, I mean, they're just their best. I mean, there's no American League East bias here. They've just been the best players in their division, in the league. I mean, at their position. We'll go out to left field now. Outfield's weird because people are listed at positions they don't play at sometimes. They're pretty interchangeable.
Yeah. Just
When I
pick
looked
three
at left-
outfielders.
Yeah, we could just pick 3 outfielders. But when I
That's
looked
what
at
I
left
did.
field specifically, Mark Canha and Austin Meadows came up as the 2 best in terms of offense. And, I don't totally disagree with that. Full disclosure, at this moment, I'm leaving Trout off and I'm leaving Buxton off. They're both injured. They both will not have played that many games before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So right now, they're not on my team.
Yeah. No, that's what I did.
Okay.
And I'm an
So
Angels
yeah,
fan,
yeah. I've got 5 guys in the outfield right now that could be on the team. Mark Canha, Austin Meadows, Adolis Garcia is our starting center fielder. I don't know if there's any debate over that.
Nope.
I've got Aaron Judge in right field, or Mitch Haniger's been pretty good. So those are my 5 guys right now.
Yeah, the 3 I went with was Adolis Garcia. I think he's a lock with Trout and Buxton hurt. If Trout and Buxton were healthy, it's a whole different outfield. But yeah, Adolis Garcia and Adolis, Aaron Judge, and Mitch Haniger, man. Nobody's talking about Mitch Haniger closing in on the
He's
home
got
run
14
race.
nukes this year. He's been
Yeah.
way underrated.
Yeah.
he's been
I think people forgot
gonna
about
be-
him because he missed a year.
He's going to be a big trade candidate, whether it's this year or next in the offseason. He's not going to be part of that young core of the Mariners that finally maybe make the playoffs for them. But they're going to get a package for him. So
I could
Yeah.
use
if you're a
a right
Mariners fan, be
fielder.
excited about that.
I could use a right fielder.
The Yankees could use an outfielder. So
I will say
Same
Joe
with the
Adele
Royals.
is the best player in the minor leagues right now, but we're just gonna keep throwing Jose Rojas out there. That's fine. It's fine. It's not like Joe Adele's making diving plays in left field right now, but oh wait, he is.
I understand it though. I mean, the Angels, they're out of it right now. I guess
We're
things
not. We're
could
6
change.
games out of first place.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know what the
We're-
wild card standings are
We're
like.
6 games out of first place. We have no Mike Trout. Joe Adele has 13 home runs in like 20 games. He has to come up. I understand keeping Jared Walsh or Brandon Marsh down and whatnot, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so the Angels are both 6 games out of first place and also 6 games out of the wild card, because Houston currently has the second wild card spot. Right? It's interesting. You don't want what happened to him before to happen again, where he just fully had the yips. I don't know what to call it, but he wasn't ready for Major League Baseball last year.
Yes.
So you want him to have as much
But-
confidence as possible.
A lot
But
of
he had
people
no
were
spring
last year.
training. He had no AAA going into it. Right now, he's hot. And it's not like he had like 2 good games. He is having a fucking monster stretch. And with that kind of confidence, That's when you want him to. You don't want him to fall into a slump right now. And then like, oh, let's call him up after he goes 0 for his last 12 at bats. You want him like, oh, you hit 3 home runs last night. Get your ass up here. We're facing fucking, I don't know. Put him up against a bad major league pitcher. Give him some confidence. Put him batting third.
Yeah, I do kind of agree, but it's only. I mean, the minor league season's only been going on for a month now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe at the end of June, you reevaluate if he's had a good 2 months. That has a lot more value than just a good 1 month.
I think. That's
Although
what
I'm guessing that's what they'll do, but also, I don't think Juan Lagares and Jose Rojas are the answers. But
not at all.
Is what it is.
Taylor Ward's been raking though. I will say Taylor Ward's been great.
Taylor Ward for the All-Star team
and offensively.
Taylor Ward for the All-Star team.
He's been good. Not that good. But
do you have any? I do think Mark Canha and Austin Meadows do have to be on the squad. They've just been really good compared to other outfielders in the league. Let me hold on. Nick, do you have any other guys that we didn't talk about?
Well, the 3 that I picked on MLB.com were Aaron Judge, Adolis Garcia, and Mitch Haniger. But I would also look at. I was looking at it the other day. Randall Grichuk.
Yeah, Randall Grichuk.
Randall Grichuk's been solid too. He's been.
Fuck Randall
He's
Grichuk,
up there.
man.
Teoscar as well. He's up there. Like I'm slowly looking at their OPS right now. Teoscar's at an OPS 845, and I think Grichuk's is 832. Yeah. I mean they've been playing solid so far in the outfield for the Jays, and Grichuk originally was supposed to be like the 4th outfielder for the Jays because of George Springer, but George Springer was injured for a while, and just Grichuk's just been great. He's been raking like crazy.
Yeah.
There was somebody else.
It's kind of
I
interesting.
mean, Ramon Laureano
yeah,
is in the
Ramon
discussion.
Laureano,
And then
Laureano's
Cedric
good.
Mullins is up here on the leaderboard still, but he has cooled off a lot drastically since
which we expected.
May.
But...
So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, Akil Badu's got an 845 OPS as well. I haven't really been keeping up with Akil Badu and the Tigers as of late. I'm not sure if he's been injured or if he just hasn't been hitting the ball as much. But
I mean, Akil Badu is a good story.
solid.
I don't know if he should be on the All-Star team.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a good story. I just don't think he will. Not
Is
with
Michael
not with
Brantley
Teoscar
hurt?
out there.
Is Brantley hurt?
Looks like Brantley's only played 41 games. I don't know if he's hurt right now.
Okay. Yeah. He has good stats, but I don't know. Not good enough to stack up with these other outfielders.
What I'm gonna say doesn't matter with the All-Star and like the ballot and voting and all that, but I will say that we definitely won the Andrew Benintendi trade.
Who'd you even give up? I can't even remember. I know Khalil Lee was somewhere in there, right?
Khalil Lee,
Khalil Lee
went
went
to
to
the
the
Mets,
Mets.
and Frenchie Cordero went to the Red Sox. I haven't heard anything about him.
He's been bad.
Benintendi's been
Yeah.
on fire the last.
I think he's been
like,
the
week.
worst I think he's been the worst player in the MLB, Franchi Cordero. I think I
Wouldn't
heard something
surprise
about. I
me.
think it was a Giraffe Neck Mark video or something, but he's like statistically been the worst player in baseball. Like the
I
worst
was actually
starting
kind of
player in
hurt when he
baseball.
left. I was kind of hurt when he left because like I can't remember whose video I watched, but I watched someone's video. It was probably Giraffe Neck Marks, but he said in the video that Frenchie Cordero has the potential because he's got the power and but that he just gets like crazy unlucky. But like now that you say that he's the worst player in baseball, it's
Yeah.
probably not just luck.
Oh yeah, no, he's been terrible.
But like Benintendi's got like a near 300 average, and he's got average OPS as well. Not a ton of power, but like he gets the job done. So I've been pretty happy with that trade so far.
Yeah.
So I think. Oh, by the way, our starting DH is Shohei Ohtani. No debate. So yeah, so in left field we'll have Mitch Haniger, in center field we'll have Adolis Garcia, and in right field we'll have Aaron Judge. Sound good?
Yeah. There
With,
are. I would like to say there are other good DHs out there. It's not like all these DHs are playing terrible. And like on
No,
MLB,
but
on MLB.com, Austin Meadows is listed as a DH. Obviously, Yerman Mercedes, I think, has a spot on the All-Star team, but I don't know where that is exactly.
JD Martinez as well. He
yeah,
also-
JD
yeah, JD
Martinez
Martinez
has to be on
he's
there.
going to be on the team.
Nelson Cruz is having a decent year. I don't know if it's all-star worthy. Yordan Alvarez is having a good year, but he missed some time from COVID. So
I feel like the one to challenge Shohei for the starting spot at DH for the All-Star game would be JD Martinez.
yeah.
Yep. Fuck JD Martinez. I'm voting Ohtani.
Oh yeah, definitely. No,
Just saying.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that the casual. I really hate the fucking way they put it out here. Because like you look at these stats that they have on here, we already talked about it. It's average, home runs, RBIs, and OPS. So you look at Ohtani, 263 average. That doesn't look good. 15 home runs. That looks good. 40 RBIs. That looks good. 927 OPS. But most people don't even know what the fuck OPS is. Then you look at JD Martinez, 317, higher batting average. 12 home runs, comparable. 39, comparable. 39 RBIs, comparable. And a higher OPS. Everyone's going to see that and be like, oh, JD Martinez must be better than Shohei Ohtani for the average sports fan. So hopefully Shohei Ohtani's name will get him on the starting roster at least. But I would love to see Shohei Ohtani start at DH, get moved to pitch an inning, and then get into right field, and then they take him out.
They need to make a show out of it, man. It's so good for
Definitely.
baseball.
That'd be
and
really
he's got to be in the home run derby. I think it would be
Yeah.
incredible to watch him in the home run derby, but
dude.
the home run derby is so bad for your body. So many people get injured after doing it that I don't want that to happen to him. But it would be incredible.
Not to
Especially
mention
with
it's
how.
Coors Field.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Coors Field
He
this year,
can
so-
easily hit a home run out of Coors Field over the third deck.
Oh,
Like it
dude,
would be
the
insane.
swings he takes and how far they go, it breaks the laws of physics.
Oh yeah, no, he's 100th percentile in max exit velocity, 86th in average exit velocity, 90th in hard hit percentage. 99th in barrel percentage. When he makes contact, it's insane. He's also 96th percentile in sprint speed. So just so you know, all these other DHs can't even run to first base. This man is literally like not quite on the same tier as Trey Turner, but wouldn't be a blowout.
Wouldn't be a blowout.
Yeah.
The freeze in Atlanta, watch the fuck out. That's all I'm saying.
And it's crazy because Shohei Ohtani's so big. I feel like all these guys who are fast are like 6'1", possibly like 5'9", 6'1", that area. Shohei Ohtani's 6'4", and he's in the 96th percentile in speed. Just a
He's
freak
not
of
human.
nature. Yeah, just a
He's
freak
not
of
human.
nature.
He's not of this world.
Did you
He
really
gets
think
in
I
his
wasn't?
space shuttle after games, goes home,
Yeah.
and comes back down to earth to play. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you really
agreed.
think I wasn't going to spend more time talking about Shohei this time? Come on.
No, I knew. I mean, you did deservedly
know.
so.
Yeah.
You gave me my moment with Vlad Jr. That's all I'll take. All right, so I've got 4 starting pitchers here. There's obviously you could debate some. Garrett Cole did not have a good start today, but his overall year has still been really good. I think he's got to be on the squad. John Means has been straight out incredible this year. I think he's got to be on the squad. I called Tyler Glasnow overrated for months. He told me to shut the fuck up. I think he's got to be on the squad.
Another bad take.
Yes. And then, of course, Shane Bieber's still been good. He has struggled a little bit recently. I'm not saying he's going to continue to do that because I'm not a fucking moron. I won't say
it
that
again.
again.
Just say it again.
But no, but he has struggled of late. That's why he's not as high on the leaderboards. But I think I only had 3 starters, and then I was like, wait, Shane Bieber's definitely got to be on here. So I've got those 4 pitchers. I don't know if you guys want to mention anyone else, but I think those guys got to be on the squad.
Our fans would have come at you if you didn't add Shane Bieber.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Also, what's his name? So, I don't know. Now that he got hurt, I don't think it matters, but Danny Duffy was definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, he was having a great year.
So, you're right.
Rest in peace, dude. He was oh god. Like he was so disgusting. Oh. That breaks my heart, dude. Breaks my heart.
Kyle Gibson, low-key having a phenomenal year, too.
Kyle Gibson, after that terrible opening day start against the Royals.
After opening day, the dude has been lights out. His ERA is down to 2.24 after it was like 150 after that first start. His WHIP is 1.01, which is really good. His opponent batting average against is 0.193, so that's also really good. Strikeouts aren't amazing. Yeah, he's only got 48 strikeouts compared to Garrett Cole's 104. He's also thrown a lot less innings, so
Rich Hill.
you know it is what it is. Oh,
Rich
Rich Hill
for the
definitely.
All-Star team.
I got a question for you guys. But who do you think starts the All-Star game? Because I'm comparing John Means and Garrett Cole right now, and John Means has a lower WHIP, and he's got a higher WAR than Garrett Cole at the moment.
I'd say Garrett Cole because of the name gets the start, but
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what I
love to
was
see
thinking.
John. How fucking cool would it be? What a 2021 bingo card shit thing to see. John Means starting the All-Star game. Can you imagine?
No one would have ever predicted that. I mean, we've talked
Oh, yeah.
about we talked about over the offseason how bad John Means was. You know, he had
Yeah.
one good first half and then hopefully that doesn't happen again. He had a good first half in 2019 and then was straight up terrible after that.
He still finished
hopefully-
second in Rookie of the Year, but
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
yeah.
Other than that, all right, so I think Cole, Means, and Glass now, and Bieber probably on the squad.
Yeah.
But just quick shout out, obviously Rich Hill, Hyun-Jin Ryu's been really good, and Casey Mize has really turned it around after a
Ryu
rough
missed
start to the
little bit of
season.
time, didn't he? Ryu missed a little bit of time. At the
Uh,
beginning of the year,
Yeah,
I think.
Ryu's only
I think
got
so, yeah.
he's got 58 innings pitched compared to like Tyler Glasnow's got 77, Cole's got 75.
John Means got 72.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got
But those guys have been really good. You know, of course, like we said, there's going to be a lot more people on this team than we mentioned.
Yeah,
The
for
All-Star
sure.
team rosters are always fucking massive. Injuries happen. Managers appoint a lot of people. Players vote for people.
I miss Danny Duffy. Just a sad, depressed Royals fan over here.
Yeah.
Fair. Just fans of 3 underperforming teams right now.
Yep. Fuck you. You're above
Um,
500, dick.
Hey, the
I mean,
Yankees
we
fucking
both
suck,
are.
man.
You have the
It doesn't
opposite
make
of
sense
the
how-
Angels' record, okay?
The Yankees are like 3 games above 500. It's not like
They're 6 games above 500, bro.
Are they?
I'm just
Does that
They're
count?
20,
to
Mix it-
they're
mix it at the
31.
top,
They're
Nolan's at the
31 and
bottom, I'm in the
25. The Angels are 25 and 30. They're literally
Royals are
opposite. They're
27
10 games
26.
apart. Don't pretend like you're in the same boat as me, all right? Should you be the best team in
I'm
the
just
American
saying.
League? Yes.
The American
but-
League East is much better than the American League West, though.
Oh, without a doubt. I told
Oh,
you
yeah,
that
for
AL
sure.
West was going to suck. We talked about this before the season. I said it'd be worse than the NL Central, and so far I've been right.
I
No,
mean, the
I know.
Rangers were in third place at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rangers are 22 and 35. Look, I'm not saying that the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs or anything, but I'm just saying they're
They're not.
underperforming. And straight up, the Yankees have been a bottom 3 offense all year long. So, I feel like I have a right to be a little upset. They've been, especially lately, they've been fucking trash. But again, I won't talk about that right now.
Do you blow 8-0 leads against the Rangers? Because we almost did.
No,
It was
the
8-1
Yankees
in the
pitching is the
third.
only reason they've done well. And I know Angels fans will never understand that, having good
Yeah,
pitching.
we're a fucking cursed team, bro.
Well, you guys know what hurts the most? We were the best team in baseball at the end of April, and at the end of May, we're barely over 500.
Yeah.
Tell me how much that hurts, and I barely bitch and complain about it.
Yeah. I mean,
I just keep
I'm
it in
coming-
most of the time.
I'm coming from the perspective of the Yankees were a World Series favorite. You know, the Yankees have won 1 World Series in my lifetime. I'm not, you guys know, I'm not one of those fans that pulls out the 27 rings
27
bullshit.
rings. 27
I,
rings.
you know, I'm not like that. You know, but I was expecting a World Series contender, and so far they've been atrocious. Their games are
Yeah.
almost unwatchable right now
I
with
mean-
how bad they are.
I mean,
Boone
yeah,
is, I don't know a Yankee fan that likes Boone right now, but again, I'll rant about this later.
you make a good point. I guess the Royals weren't really in contention, so it was kind of a surprise. But they came back down to earth. Hopefully, they can take the 3rd place spot at least. So,
Right.
but like
Right.
for me, like, it makes more sense for you to be born pissed because like from your perspective, they were supposed to be a huge favorite in the American League, whereas
Yeah.
the Royals weren't.
I'll rant about them later. I know we have some Yankee fans that listen to this. I don't want to completely
I
turn
know,
this
we'll
into a
get
Yankees podcast.
we'll have a whole episode
But-
where we just fucking go off on our teams.
Exactly. Relief pitching for the American League. I've got Aroldis Chapman has been insane this
Yep.
year. Shout out to him. He's only given up 1 earned run, I think, on the year still, and Andrew Vaughn home run of all people. Liam Hendricks, despite the walk-off walk he gave up to the Yankees a little while ago, been incredible. And then Matt Barnes has done extremely well for the Red Sox.
Matt Barnes to Diamond.
Yes. Shout out to Nate if you're listening to this. But yes, those three guys I have to be on the squad. There's obviously going to be a ton more relief pitchers that will be on the squad, but those three stand out above the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about James Karinchak and Emmanuel Clase as well have been amazing.
Right.
There's been a lot of good relief pitching this year, which is really surprising to me because I've never seen a good relief pitcher in my entire life. So I've never seen one in person or like in real life or watched it on TV, but I hear there's a lot of good relief pitchers out there. Like I see these stats and I'm like, I didn't know relief pitchers were allowed to have ERAs under 4, but I don't know. Apparently they are. So yeah.
I mean,
Anyways.
dude, Chapman last night walked 2 people just because he was bored of being so fucking good all the time. He still got out of the inning and the Yankees won, but he's just been insane.
No, it's been a good year for relief pitchers outside of Anaheim. So
It's been a good year for pitchers. Hitting is at an all-time low right now, which again is an entire new.
They're hitting
It
home
is.
runs. They're
No
hitting home
hitters.
runs,
It's-
like,
I mean, no, we'll get into this later, but OPS is down, average is down, pitching is. I've got a lot to say about this topic. It's a whole different topic. I'm sure you guys saw the clip of James Karinchak the other day, but yeah, we'll get into that later. Right now, this is the All-Star team. Yeah, again, of course, shout out to James Karinchak, Clase. They deserve to be on the squad. I just got really heated. I apologize.
Looking at Denny
yeah.
Duffy, I'm just fuck off.
I think the top 3 are Chapman, Hendricks, and Matt Barnes. Do you guys do you have any qualms with that?
No problems with that. I would agree.
like I said, Karinchak, I think deserves to be in the conversation. I gotta advocate, but
Actually, I'm gonna nominate 2 Royals guys. Just throw a little bit of Royals bias in here. Scott Barlow has been pretty lights out this year. He's got an ERA at 2. He's pitched 27 innings and he struck out 41. And he's got a whip
good.
just above 1, which is pretty decent. He hasn't given up a home run yet this year either. So that's pretty surprising. And Jake Brent's the only lefty in the Royals bullpen. I'm pretty sure he's a rookie. He's been pretty solid. He's played a couple more games than Barlow. He's got about the same amount of innings. He's got about 30 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 home run, I believe. And Scott Barlow also has a strikeouts per 9 of 13.7. So I would say Scott Barlow probably makes the All-Star team too.
yeah.
Quick shout out to Ian Kennedy.
Ian Kennedy, bro.
ERA.
Oh my god.
20 innings pitched. Hasn't pitched a lot, but 20 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts. Been really good for the Rangers. Definitely a trade candidate. He will not be a Ranger by the end of the year.
Trade him back to
I
the
just hope
Royals.
it's not one of those situations where he gets traded to a National League team and then can't play in the All-Star game. Because that happens a lot. That happened to Jeff Samardzija a few years ago, where he was with the Cubs, got nominated to be in the National League All-Star team, got traded to the Athletics, couldn't play.
I remember that.
sucks.
Yeah.
I remember
No,
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. He's been good.
Oh, what was I
Yeah,
gonna say?
I
I can't-
completely forgot
Oh.
about Ian Kennedy.
You want to hear how cursed the Angels are? Hunter Strickland, 1.3 ERA, I want to say, with the Rays this season, gets traded to the Angels, 4 home runs in his first 3 innings pitched. Straight up, every single inning he's pitched for us until very recently. I think he gave up at least 1 home run each inning, and he hadn't given up a home run all year. Like
The Angels need to petition to MLB to just play 5-inning games. Take away relief pitching. Like just use as little of them as possible.
Yeah, and I told you
Maybe
before
they
the season that our relief pitching was the problem. It wasn't our starting pitching. And if you look at
I mean,
baseball,
Dylan Bundy hasn't exactly been good.
I mean, the underlying metrics say all of our starting pitchers have very good swing and miss stuff. They're just getting extremely unlucky. Like extremely unlucky. And our defense is fighting with the Yankees to be the worst in baseball. So we're atrocious in the field. Iglesias, who's like a former Gold Glover, is fucking terrible right now. David Fletcher, who was a Gold Glove candidate, terrible. Anthony Rendon, who's been an elite glove in the past, terrible. Basically everybody except for Max Stassi has been awful in the field.
Shout out Max Stassi.
Yeah. But anyways.
All right. Real quick, do we want to make this one episode, 2 episodes? I know
We've gone 49 minutes so far.
All right, fuck it. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that's your American League. I think, we talked about a lot of guys. Obviously, like we said, there's going to be a lot more people on the team. Moving on to the National League. Blows me away that the guy I'm going to mention for starting catcher is a live series diamond in the year 2021.
Yep.
Buster fucking Posey is
What
a
in the
live series
2012?
diamond in
Yeah.
the year 2021.
What in the 2012?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I think he's definitely the starting catcher. He deserves it.
100%. Looking at all these other numbers, like the only one that really compares to Buster Posey would be JT Realmuto, Will Smith, and Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly's up there with the highest OPS along with Buster Posey, but he's like 60 points lower than Posey. He's at a 916.
Yeah, I think Carson Kelly's the backup catcher for the
Yeah,
All-Star
for
team.
sure.
He's had a great year. And he deserves it. I don't know if they'll go with the big names with like a guy like JT Realmuto. I know names get you pretty far in the MLB. But Buster Posey's big name and having an amazing year, he's a lock for the starting job.
Plus,
Absolute
plus
lock.
he's been a legend in the 2010s too, winning all those rings with the Giants, and
Oh yeah.
he's just so popular in the MLB. Like, especially if you've been a fan for like the last 11 years, you know who he is. He's one of the best players in the 2010s, top 10 at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been.
I just
absolutely
had a-
ridiculous this year.
I was just thinking, like, there are some teams we didn't mention with the American League. Obviously, every team has to have a representative. So sorry if your team didn't get mentioned.
Oh no, they'll just be on the bench. They don't have to start.
Right. Obviously, we're just mostly talking about the starting guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry if your team didn't get mentioned. I just wanted to mention that real quick.
At least the Rangers got mentioned.
They did. I was
did?
just like, we didn't mention any Tigers, Orioles. Oh, we did mention Mancini. He'll
And
easily
John
be the-
Means. And John Means.
Right.
It's chill.
Yeah. But I mean, Buster Posey, man, I don't know. It must be that new dad strength. He just really desperately needed the year off for not playing in 2020. Good for him.
Yeah, man. I love Posey. Even I love to hate him.
Love to hate him.
Little bit of bias. I can't say the same for Mad Bum. Mad Bum sucks. But yeah, Buster Posey, easily the starting catcher for the National League.
It's insane. What a surreal.
Yeah.
That's another one of those 2020 things where you're just like, how? 2021 things.
Exactly. I mean,
2020 was
obviously
like
the
the
Giants.
year of everything being shitty. 2021 is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. With all the no hitters being thrown and everything too. It's just like, what is going on? What in the 2012?
Yeah. Anyways, so catcher's pretty much a lock there.
Yeah.
Moving on to first base. I don't know, dude. There's a few candidates out there. I don't want to reveal who I went with. Colin Moran actually having a pretty damn good year. Not gonna lie. 821 OPS, batting 297 with a few dingers.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah.
Reese Hoskins.
I don't think he'll be. I don't think Colin Moran will be the Pirates representative, but
Oh,
shout out.
definitely. No, we got. It's good. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. Reese
I know,
Hoskins
I know.
having a good year. CJ Crone having a decent year. Freeman, Brandon Belt's probably my second favorite to start for the All-Star team. But I got to go with the hot hand, bro. Max Muncy. Max
Oh,
Muncy
dude, he-
absolutely dominated the month of May, and he owns the San Francisco Giants, man. Owns them. It
He
doesn't
does,
matter how
man.
good they are. Go get it out of the
Muncy was my
ocean,
pick,
man.
too.
He's so good. So good right now. I don't. There's other good guys. Anthony Rizzo's another guy who's having a decent year, but National League
Hoskins,
first
too.
basemen are doing a lot better than American League, with the exception of Vlad.
Reese Hoskins is doing pretty well too.
Yeah.
Brandon Belt. I mean, you mentioned him
Crone.
as like the second favorite. Why the fuck did he go down to a bronze?
Yeah, I don't know.
He
No,
went
MLB
down
The
to a
Show doesn't
bronze?
make sense, bro. Does not
I didn't
make
even notice
sense.
that.
I mean, I'm
No,
pretty
their
sure
rating
he's been straight up
system.
atrocious against lefties, so maybe that's why. But
CJ Crone's actually a 79 silver in MLB The Show.
yeah,
And I kind of like CJ Crone, not gonna lie. But your boy Jesus Aguilar, though,
Nah, he's been struggling. He struggled at the end of May.
those fat 10 home runs.
He did do well in April though. The
It's
first part of
pretty
the season.
solid. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Not good enough to make the All-Star team, but like if he would have kept up his stride, he definitely would have.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to him. Best swing in MLB The Show history.
No,
Um,
that goes to Xander Bogaerts.
No,
He-
false.
All right, leaving call.
Anyways, I think it's pretty much a lock for Muncy. We're all in agreement. He's the number one.
Yep,
Oh yeah, dude.
100%.
Max Muncy has single-handedly saved my fantasy season.
I think
so.
it's more. It's interesting to me who's gonna make the squad because I feel like there's 4 or 5 other first basemen that could make the bench. I think Muncy's the starter, but it'll be interesting to see who ends up, being on the roster out of these rest of the first basemen.
Yeah, for sure. I do think. I mean, Muncy's. I think he has to be the starter.
Yeah,
Don't sleep on
I mean,
Daniel
just
Vogelbaugh and his 9 RBIs. That's a lot. That's more RBIs than I have this year.
That is
Christian
more
Walker
RBIs
and
than
his
you have.
547 OPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Max Muncy does need to continue to have a decent. Like all he has to do is have a decent June, and he'll be the starter. I mean, his OPS is 100 points, 110 points higher than Rhys Hoskins. He's got 1 more home run. Oh, sorry. No, he's got 25 more walks than Rhys Hoskins.
I'm surprised that Freddie Freeman's not even in the conversation this year.
Yeah.
Considering he won MVP last year. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, he has
He's got
gotten
an
very
OPS
Freeman.
over 800, but like, other than that, he barely competes. He barely competes with friggin' Brandon Belt, CJ Crone, but then there's Hoskins and Max Muncy who are closer to the top. From my perspective, I mean, Colin Moran's doing better than he is.
Yeah.
I mean, OPS wise, average from what I'm looking at in MLB.
I mean, we all know that Freddie Freeman's still more talented than most of these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we said 2021 was going to be a weird year. It's the year of Colin Moran.
Yes, dude.
I've been waiting for the year of Colin Moran for some time
Yes. I don't know why, but
He could be on the team as the Pirates representative, or it could be Richard
Well,
Rodriguez.
now. No. We got to go
talk
to the
about
next
a
position.
perfect segue into the next position of second base.
So,
Nolan, you want to tell me who the second baseman is
yeah.
going to be?
So I know who we're talking about. We're talking about the starting second baseman for the National League squad being none other than Adam Frazier, who has just been an amazing, not the power numbers that we're not talking power. He's not a power hitting second baseman, which I wouldn't say there's a lot of those out there. I don't think any of these. Oh, well, there is one. But there are 2 second basemen that are definitely in the conversation here. Adam Frazier is my pick personally because I would love to see a Pirate starting here. But another one of the worst teams in all of baseball also has a starting second baseman potentially in Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon absolutely dominating the power department at second base. OPS over 800, not quite as high as Adam Frazier's. Loves the RBI department, are my favorite stat, 32 RBIs. Not hitting for a high average, but if you like power, you're going to want Ryan McMahon starting. If you like on base, average, maybe the leadoff hitter of this team, Adam Frazier has been amazing for the Pirates getting on base.
I completely forgot about Adam Frazier. We were talking to Pirates representatives. I completely forgot about it. I had him as my second baseman for the All-Star voting team. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, McMahon or Frazier. For me, it's a tough pick because they're not the same kind of player, but they would have a different kind of balance on the team, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Frazier getting on base and just straight up hitting, and then McMahon with the power.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much second base. I know he's listed as a second baseman, but I do believe McMahon's played a lot of third base as well.
And first.
Yeah. So I think you got to go Adam Frazier, right? I mean, he represents old school baseball. Call it say what you want about old school baseball, but he actually makes contact. 335 batting average is very impressive. And it's not like his OPS is low either. It's 877.
Yeah, if you're talking pure hitting, Adam Frazier's the guy. Pure second baseman too.
Exactly, and I think it is pretty cool to have a Pirate on the squad starting, especially when they're so bad.
Yeah, I know. My man Pseudo LG would be happy.
Yes, exactly.
I know he'd be happy. Ray Cheesy would be happy. Paul Cini, a couple other people.
Exactly.
A lot of Pirates fans in the MLB community. Not gonna
It's
lie.
very surprising. There's a lot of Pirates fans.
Pirates, Braves, and Angels,
Yeah.
and Yankees. Yeah, a lot of
Yes,
Yankees.
there's a
too.
lot of Yankees fans.
There's
Sorry.
no Royals, except for me in movie.
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't mean that Ryan McMahon's not going to be on the squad. I think he definitely will be. Um, he's still been good. Obviously, he had an incredible April. Hasn't been as good since then, but still really good.
Yeah.
I don't know who would be on the squad for the Rockies other than Ryan McMahon. He'll be on the bench for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I totally agree.
And a quick shout out to Ozzy Albies as well. Has sucked against righties, but against lefties he's done well, which is why his overall numbers are still good. 820 OPS for him, 250 average, and 9 home runs. Not great, but I mean still decent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jazz Chisholm would also be a fun person to have on the team. Like,
He
he's got
hasn't played enough
speed.
games, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of fun to see Jazz Chisholm there, but Adam Frazier would have to be the pick.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going Adam Frazier. I do like, I love me some home runs like the rest of us, but
Yeah.
Brian McMahon will make the team.
We're talking, yeah. If we're talking purely MLB the Show, Ryan McMahon is this end game as the
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
fucking rakes.
I
Even
love
though
that
I
his
can't
live
get with
series
him.
card is good too.
Yep. Yeah, they gave his live series a major upgrade.
Oh yeah.
The past update. Okay, well, I mentioned that our boy Jazz Chisholm, one of the most fun players in the league, also the only guy to hit multiple 100-mile-an-hour pitches for home runs this year, but doesn't have that many games played. That does segue perfectly, I'm a professional, into our shortstop. And I don't know if there's any debate. He has
yeah.
not played that many games, but he's still in the league leaderboards for all categories. Yes, he also leads the league in errors. Fernando Tatis Jr. is your starting shortstop for the National League All-Star team.
It's not close. It's not even a discussion.
No, it really not. It's really not. The like second closest to Tatis would probably be, I mean, I'd say Trey Turner. Trey Turner's been doing really well this year. Javi Baez.
granted-
Javi Baez is also really weird. He's been having a weird year, but
He's been heating up a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also argue Francisco Lindor.
Motherfucker.
I don't
So
think you can.
the All-Star team of trash.
Yeah.
Dude,
Javi
fuck-
Baez has been
what-
hot of late.
Why do the Indians get so lucky while they just treat their fans like absolute shit? Like, they're like, oh, let me just not re-sign one of the best players in baseball and then trade him away, get some value for him, and then have him be trash for another team that paid him. Oh, let me just trade like 30 starting pitchers away and then do well with all of our other starting pitchers that aren't even supposed to pan out into anything good.
The
Like, you
Mets
can't-
of all team too.
Yeah, you can't keep doing this. How can the Mets get so unlucky when they try to treat their fans well, and the Indians are just like, oh yeah, oh my
Hey,
god, dude, it's
I
frustrating.
will say the Mets are in first place and the Indians are not.
They are. I understand, but still,
But Lindor hasn't been playing up to like his contract at all. He's been atrocious.
He
The last few
is-
games he's been much better, but
he is
Yeah.
99th percentile in outs above average, so he's still killing it defensively. But yeah, his offense has been atrocious.
That's not gonna matter when it comes to the All-Star game. Like they're hitting. Like I think hitting is primarily what people look at for All-Star game, obviously.
yeah. I mean, just quick shout out, Brandon Crawford does deserve a shout out. I mean,
Yeah,
he's batting.
yeah. Wow.
He's done well. His OPS 842. That's pretty good. 11 bombs. It's him and
Well,
Buster
yeah.
Posey. Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, when
What
you
in
see the
2012?
Giants are fighting for first place in the National League West, you're wondering like how the hell are they doing this? I figured it was just like, oh, they're young prospects who are really good, doing well. But then I look at it and I'm like, no, Buster Posey, Old Man Longoria, Old Man Crawford, even
Brandon Belt.
Yeah, Brandon Belt, dude. All these guys who I figured would be retired by now are
Yeah, no, it's the same. It's like
I'm pretty
Are
sure you said
potential
that in one of our
all-stars.
past episodes. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you said in one of our past episodes, you're like, "Oh, these guys should all just get traded. These guys should all just
yeah. It's
retire."
like it's basically yeah. That's what it looks like on paper, and then all of a sudden Buster Posey's an MVP candidate. I'm like what
yeah,
the
now
fuck,
they're like
man?
they're like the best team in the National League West. Like that's gonna
I-
be a
I
tight
don't-
race all year.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I do think Tatis has got to be. He'll figure it out defensively. He's been really good defensively in his career. This year's a different story. I don't know why, but I do think he'll be better than he has been eventually. But he's like tied for the league lead in home runs still. He's got a fuck ton less games played. Like that was terrible English. He's got a lot less games played. But yeah,
Don't
I
worry
mean,
about
if
it.
you're
I
not,
can't talk either. I can't talk on stream.
if you're not a Tatis stan, then I mean, just get the fuck out of here.
Just get the fuck out of here. Love it.
I think he's
Did-
far and away. I mean, again, you mentioned Trey
Oh, yeah.
Turner. He's been really good, but it's got to be
Yeah,
Tatis.
Trey Turner's like a close second, but he's a close second, but he's kind of not a close second. If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, no, it's not close. And the fact that Tatis has I know he missed a little bit of time, but he has such higher numbers than everybody else, including home runs and obviously they just show us shitty stats on this website, but home runs and RBIs, he has way more than everybody else, even though he missed time because of the COVID list and stuff. So
Yeah,
And his shoulder.
You just
And his
can't keep him out,
shoulder.
dude. You can't keep
Tatis
him
is
out.
just yeah. No, and I don't know, man. He's too good to not. I don't know. You know, we said it was like a small sample size, and he was maybe gonna regress a little bit. No,
No.
he's just. It's like
No.
a Mike Trout situation. I'm not comparing him to Mike Trout per se, but he just has too much talent to, go in a really long slump like some of these guys that we're seeing, like Christian Yelich or Cody Bellinger, or even Mookie Betts this year. He's
Yeah,
not one of those
Mookie-
guys. He's
actually-
different. Even Juan Soto.
Cody
this year.
actually hit his first home run last year, or not last year. I think it
Last
was
night.
Last night,
Put
yeah.
up 6
Yeah,
RBIs
yeah,
in
he
the
had 6
first inning.
RBIs.
In the first inning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty nuts.
So that's a pretty easy one.
Did we do
I've
third
mentioned
base?
games played a couple times, but like games played doesn't matter when your fucking stats still lead the league, even though he's missed like 15 or 20 games.
Yeah, like,
Like-
if you're producing, then I have no problem with it.
Like
I have
if
no
he only
problem with
had like 10 home runs and like his OPS was still really good, then you would be like, okay, he hasn't played enough games. But considering his stats still lead the league in the position, and with the less games played, it's far and away it's him.
Well, he's up there in the home run leaders. Like Acuna and Vlad both have 17 each, and then there's Tatis, and I believe there's Shohei with 15. Like he's up there, man. He's up there. You can't take him out.
Yeah. No. I think he's the
Did-
MVP right now.
Did we do third base?
We did.
No, we're about to.
Okay.
Caveat: Chris Bryant's listed as the third baseman on MLB.com, but Chris Bryant has not played very much third base this year. So I didn't consider him as a third baseman. I consider him as a left fielder. So my third baseman is possible player of the month, Austin Riley.
Interesting. I feel like this is the only controversial position in the All-Star voting right now, where there isn't, in my opinion, a clear favorite.
Who'd you have?
I think all of these guys are potential All-Stars. Nolan Arenado, Chris Bryant, Evan Longoria, if I'm being honest, Austin Riley, and I think that's where it cuts off. There are a few guys who are having possibly All-Star caliber seasons, but out of those guys, I personally think Chris Bryant. I think Chris Bryant is probably a top 5 MVP candidate in the National League right now. He's having an insane year. His underlying metrics are amazing as well, putting up good power numbers, good contact numbers, just all around the board. He's playing like the Chris Bryant we all expected to see when he first came up, and he's back, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
definitely my pick.
I went with Chris Bryant as well, but I was looking at Evan Longoria's numbers, and you could also argue him and Austin Riley as well.
Bryant is on my
it would
All-Star
definitely be
team.
a tough pick, though.
Yeah. Chris Bryant's on my All-Star team, like I said. but as an outfielder because he's got 15 games played at third base, 15 games played in left field, 8 games played in center field, and 13 games played in right field. So he's played twice as many games in the outfield as he has at third base, which is why I considered him an outfielder.
I mean, MLB's considering this is the official voting, so if we're talking all-star voting,
I haven't submitted my votes yet, so that's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if he's an
I didn't
outfielder,
know
he's
that.
not a starter. But if he's a third baseman, he's my starter.
Yeah, for sure. I was also looking at JD Davis's stats, and I saw that he had 1,000 OPS and 390 average. But I'm assuming he hasn't played very many games.
He's on the Mets. If you're on the Mets, you're hurt. That's just a good general
Exactly.
rule of thumb to go by. If you're on the Mets, you're hurt. Also, Jacob deGrom can do no wrong. Just so we're clear.
No,
He
I
can't.
don't think anybody's gonna argue that.
He's not capable of having a bad start or even bad at bats. Like he's just too
That
fucking
guy's
good.
just he's built different.
Oh yeah. No, other starters like Garrett Cole. You said he had a bad start today. That doesn't happen for deGrom.
No, it doesn't.
A bad start for deGrom means he gave up 2 runs. Like,
Exactly.
That's 2 runs and he only went 1 for 3. 2 runs, 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. That's a terrible outing for deGrom. You know, that's a washed up Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
I think deGrom's hitting like 450 or something right now. Like
Oh yeah, no, he's practically a 2-way player.
exactly.
I honestly, if I'm the Mets, I probably use him as a pinch hitter.
I mean, why not, dude?
I wouldn't
fucking
start him at
better
short. I wouldn't start him at short because I don't want him to get hurt. But I'd put him into hit.
He's putting up better ABs than friggin' Lindor.
Yeah. If they could do like a platoon situation, like you ever when you were a kid, you'd someone hurt their leg and they couldn't run, so you'd have somebody standing there, and as soon as they hit the ball, the other person runs for them. They could just do that.
Yes.
So Lindor runs for him. deGrom just gets the hits. Lindor can field for him. It's almost like they should
Not a
have
bad
this thing
system.
called a DH in the. I've heard
What?
it's called. If only he could be designated as a hitter. I don't know what you would call that or where you would put him, but
The PDH?
The foreign concept
I-
to me.
yeah, I've never heard of it.
If you play baseball, you better be able to play the field and hit.
Yep. It's the only way.
So yeah, I think Bryant, Austin Riley, and Evan Longoria, even Nolan Arenado, all deserve to be on the squad. I'm not sure if all 4 of them will be, but those are the 4 best guys for sure. I mean, Austin Riley had an insane May, 910 OPS. He's got 10 home runs, 302 average, just really good shit from him. Same with Evan Longoria. Not as good stats, but still good considering he's old now.
Yeah.
But moving on to the outfield.
This one's just.
I don't know if this is hard.
It's not.
It's not.
It took me 2
It's-
seconds to do it.
So we've got Jesse Winker, we've got Ronald Acuna Jr., and we've got Nicholas Castellanos.
Easy.
Nail
3
on the
seconds.
head. It's crazy
Um,
because outfield's usually such a hard position to nail down, but this year it's very clear.
Yeah, and like I said, I mentioned Bryant in the outfield because I didn't have him as a third baseman. I haven't looked at the actual official voting website yet. One of those guys is going to be the DH. Thank fucking God the All-Star game, even if it's at a National League park, still has a DH. If that tells you anything about baseball. I'm guessing maybe Jesse Winker will be the DH.
Put Tyler O'Neill in the outfield. And then. I'm blanking here. Jesse Winker at DH. But I mean,
Yeah,
Ketel Marte is also raking too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, get me Ketel Marte on the fucking Yankees.
Then he'll just be bad and he'll be injured.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You know I'm
Hey,
right. You know
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
right.
We can talk. The Yankees are like the Angels of offense. They can get
Right
whoever
now.
they want. It's just not going to work. Like, oh, you have one of a generational talent, Aaron Judge. Too bad he doesn't play. You have one of the best power hitters of all time, the strongest man in baseball, Giancarlo Stanton. Too bad he never plays. DJ LeMahieu, you just signed to a big contract. Thank God, he's one of the best. He's the best second baseman in baseball. Stinks.
Oh,
Oh,
he's been
Gleyber
fucking
Torres,
terrible.
a power hitting shortstop. Finally. Oh, 2 home runs in mid-May. No, early June. Sorry.
Hey, I know, man. This is why I'm so angry.
I'm sorry, Mick. I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
again,
okay. Let's put the Yankees together. If you have 2017 Giancarlo Stanton, you have
Oh,
2018
God.
Gary Sanchez, 2017 Aaron Judge,
2019 Gleyber Torres.
2019 Gleyber Torres, 2020 or 2019, regardless, DJ LeMahieu, 2020 Clint
20
Frazier.
2019 Aaron
Garrett Cole.
Hicks.
Yeah, if you just put them all together at different seasons, if they could all just come together and sing
If
Kumbaya.
they could time travel. If they could time
Yeah.
travel, man. Time travel to 2021.
They're just never
They'd
hot
be
at the same time.
162-0. Yeah.
No.
They're just never hot at the same
Look,
time.
like I said,
They're not all on the field at the same time either.
and that's not even the players' fault. I have a big rant coming about that.
I gotta trim.
Yeah.
Let's finish the pitchers
I
real
get-
quick so you can get to your rant.
Yeah. All right. So, again, DeGrom, obviously, he's a starter. He's probably the starter.
Yeah, definitely.
But-
Nobody else.
Brandon Woodruff has been insane this year, along with his teammate Corbin Burns
Mm-hmm.
and Kevin Gausman, pitcher of the month for May. Absolutely insane season. Another reason why the Giants have been just mind-boggling to people. Those are the 4 starters I wrote down. I don't know if you guys have anyone else, but I do think DeGrom will get the start.
I will say something before we go into the pitcher stuff. I'm not sure if you guys saw my tweet a couple weeks ago, but we actually swept the Brewers when Burns and Woodruff were on the mound in 2-game series. So, just saying, we're kind of goated.
You
Hey,
beat them 1-0 because there's no way you scored that many runs.
I think one of them was within 2 runs, and the other game was by like 4 or 5. I can't remember the scores, but we beat both of them in back-to-back games in a 2-game series. Swept. I had to make that point. I had to.
Dude, I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. I mean, that's the highlight of your season. It
Yeah.
probably is the highlight of your season.
Trevor Bauer deserves to be in the All-Star conversation. He's been very
yes.
good this year.
Bauer might, overall for the season, Bauer might be having a better year than Burns right now.
Burns, yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's definitely DeGrom Cy Young to lose. But I do think that Bauer has had the consistency that a lot of these guys haven't. Like, even though Corbin Burns had one of the hottest starts I've ever seen in my entire life, he has had a few bad starts since then. I don't know really about Woodruff. I know Woodruff got off to a little bit of a cold start because he's on my fantasy team.
I'll read you off Brandon Woodruff's stats real quick. A 1.27 ERA, that is second best in the National League. Basically best in the National League because Jacob deGrom doesn't make any sense. His whip is .69. That's fucking ridiculous. Opponents are batting. Exactly, very nice. His opponents are batting 138 against him. He's got 71 innings pitched, which is 20 more than DeGrom. And his ERA is about half a run worse, but when it's 1.7 or 1.27, that's still insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just nuts.
Yeah.
I can give you some. His strikeout to walk ratio, or his strikeouts per 9 is over 10. Walks per 9 is almost under 2.
Walkouts,
So-
brand new stat in the MLB.
Walkouts.
Walkouts, yeah.
Yeah, just insane stuff from him. I think Taijuan Walker and Trevor Rogers deserve a shout out. They've been really good.
Trevor Rogers
Jack
should make
Flaherty.
the team. I think
Jack
Trevor
Flaherty,
Rogers
too.
will probably be the Marlins representative, if not Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, dude, the Marlins make me so excited. Like, I don't know why I have
they're
such a
so
soft
young.
spot for the Marlins.
It's just because they've been so bad.
I want them to be so good.
Yeah.
Think about a starting rotation where you have Sixto. Sandy Alcantara has been. I mean, he's had a couple rough starts. His season statistics are still really good. Pablo Lopez has been really good this year. Trevor Rogers is arguably the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Like, those 4, all you got to do is sign a mediocre 5th starter, and you have an elite rotation.
And then you got your bullpen. You got Yimi Garcia. You got Adam Simber, Dylan Floro, Richard Blyer.
Yeah, not household names, but a good bullpen nonetheless.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah,
Even
there
Ross,
are.
even Ross Detweiler. Even Ross Detweiler. If you guys probably haven't heard that name for a while.
I haven't.
Yeah, probably not in 12 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a 2.79 ERA in 20 games, 19 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts, hasn't given up a home run.
Damn.
Yeah. No, it's a very competitive year for the All-Star team, especially just looking at I just searched the ERA leaders in the MLB right now. Max Scherzer's having a great year. Obviously, we talked Trevor Bauer. Yu Darvish and Joe Musgrove are killing it for the Padres. Zach Wheeler, I think, has had 10 strikeouts or more in each of his last like 5 or 6 starts. He definitely should get a Player of the Month for May. Who else? Stroman's been very good. Jack Flaherty's been good. There's a very competitive field right now for the National League All-Star team. I understand.
I
you're
was
excited
listening.
about
I
Musgrove.
promise I was listening, but
Yeah.
no, you said Joe Musgrove, and I got excited because we had that conversation.
Yeah.
I started going like this, and I just started to die.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I said Jack
Oh, you know who
Flaherty earlier. I'm
sucks,
not sure
though?
if you guys heard that, but he's been pretty good.
Who sucks?
Blake Snell. He's fucking trash.
Yeah.
Not been good this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, low key, man. Remember he was
about
complaining about being a
Darvish?
gold, and now he's like a mid-tier silver.
Now he's just silver. He's
That
the
was
silver
funny.
now.
He's gonna be a bronze pretty
Darvish
soon.
is
He's going the way of Mad Bum last year. Starting as a
He'll
gold,
figure it
ending
out.
as a
I mean,
bronze.
That was
He's had a
Bum
bad
during
2
this
months.
period.
It's
I've never
I
been
don't- it-
super high on Blake Snell. 2018, he was very good, but since then, I feel like he's been okay, with the exception
It's
of the
kind of a-
postseason where he was dominant.
kind of a fluke season, in my opinion.
2018.
we've seen him be
Yeah.
dominant. I think he'll be.
He has the stuff.
He's somewhere in between. He's somewhere in between how he's pitching right now and how he pitched in the postseason.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Bumgarner has an ERA near 6.
Hey, Bumgarner threw a 7-inning no-hitter. Watch your mouth.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah, I guess. I mean,
Anyways.
still too much bias towards him, but
If you guys want to continue, what the fuck year is it? 2 of the relievers I've got written down out of the 3 are gonna make you say that. Mark fucking Melanson
yes,
Leads the
Mark.
league.
Oh my god.
leads the league in saves.
Mm-hmm.
By a large
Craig,
margin.
Craig Kimbrell has been absolutely disgusting this year for the Cubs.
I love Kimbrel to death.
And then Alex Reyes, former top prospect for the Cardinals, has actually finally been healthy and put together a good year.
Yeah,
Those are your
that
top
one
3
blows my
relievers.
mind, especially with the fact that MLB The Show refuses to put him to even like a 71 overall.
Yeah.
He's still a low bronze, and he has the second most saves with the lowest ERA of all, well, other than Chapman, of all qualified closers. Lower than Melanson, lower than Liam Hendricks, lower than Craig Kimbrell.
He deserves a big upgrade.
I
I will say his
understand MLB
control's
The
not
Show.
great. No, me neither.
There's a lot of players that get overlooked. I mean, Jonathan Loáisiga for the Yankees. I don't. You might not know who
Yeah.
that is. He's
No,
been
he's like that.
disgusting this year. I think he's a 70 maybe max.
Mhm.
He was a common last year. So
No, I think Loizaga is a 72 because I was drafting a BR team earlier.
I think he did get upgraded to a 72. He was a 68 earlier in the year though.
Yeah.
I think Chapman deserves to
Um,
be a 90 plus at this point.
I think Chapman's
been
an
that
87
dominant.
right now.
It's
He
not
is.
gonna happen though, Nolan. It's
They
not
won't.
gonna.
They hate
No.
relievers. They hate pitchers in general.
Reliever
Corbin
overalls are
Burns-
super weird.
Yeah, Corbin Burns took forever to become a diamond.
I mean, he was injured, so I mean, it kind of
Lance
makes
Lynn's
sense. that
still
it took
not a
little bit.
diamond for some.
Lance-
the fact that
goddamn
Lance Lynn's
reason.
not a
Jack is still
diamond.
complaining about that, and I honestly hope he goes diamond soon. And MLB The Show, so the complaining can stop.
We didn't
No,
mention him for the starters for the AL, but he does deserve a shout out. He does deserve
Yeah.
to probably be on the squad.
Yeah, I don't think you did. You guys mention Josh Hader? I don't
No.
think I heard Josh Hader's name.
He has
He-
been good
he
though.
He should be there too.
He's making up for Devin Williams having a pretty substandard year.
I actually haven't looked at Devin Williams' numbers. I know it hasn't been the best, but
I still throws the nastiest
There's
fucking
just
pitch in the game.
so
but-
many good relievers this year. It's crazy.
oh, that's
It's going to be
Yeah,
a very
you know-
interesting. I do not envy the whoever has to put all these names together and release the
So
names who didn't make it.
The managers of the All-Star teams are the ones who pick the pitchers, so it's the pitchers. So for the American League, it's gonna be Kevin Cash, and for the National League, it'll be Dave Roberts.
I think Kevin
for, like,
Cash
the
will do some
50th
fun
time in
shit with
4 years.
Ohtani too, because he's known for the Rays in general are known for doing weird shit with their pitchers. You know, they're the ones
true.
who invented the opener. So
Yeah.
Fucking hate the Rays.
yeah, so you know Garrett Cole's not making the All-Star team, unfortunately.
Dude, the Rays didn't play G-Man Choi today. I know they still scored runs on Garrett Cole. Congratulations.
That doesn't
But
make
G-Man
sense not to
Choi-
start him.
G-Man Choi fucking rakes against Garrett Cole. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I miss Yoshi. I miss Tetsugo, my guy.
So yeah, he's on the Dodgers now, so he's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like Albert Pujols.
Oh God. Anyways, shall we make our closing statements with our
Some hot takes.
with our teams, how we're feeling? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, well, I think we each get one small rant, and then we'll sign off.
I don't really have a rant right now.
So you can go first.
I think I'm good.
Nick, you want Nick to go first?
Yeah, you don't want to rant about being the best team in baseball and then being the worst team in baseball.
I mean, I kind of already got it out earlier, but I don't really fucking understand how they went from the best team to quite literally the worst team. Like, holy fuck. It was at the exact same time the Dodgers were at the top, and then they just fell off for like 15 games straight. I mean, obviously the Dodgers bounced back, and they're back at the top of their division, like fighting with the Giants and the Padres. But that's probably gonna last the rest of the year. But like with the Royals, it wasn't really expected. So I kind of understand why they dropped so hard. They just had to come back down to earth from being hot. Plus, they lost Danny Duffy too for a little while. So I guess that's all I really have to say. I mean, I can't really be pissed off because I wasn't expecting contender this year. So
Yeah.
whereas Mick has a little bit more of a compelling argument because they are supposed to be the best team in the American League, other than the White Sox. Mick.
I know, and I don't know. Do you want to go, or do you want me to?
Oh yeah, I'll
want me
let you go last because you have the most sick. I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty compelling argument for having the worst year because I don't know, man. The Angels just do the same fucking thing every year. You know, we go from having the best player in baseball to having the best player in baseball to and just not doing anything with it. Because so Mike Trout, the best player in baseball, goes down and is hurt. Now the most exciting player in baseball and arguably the most talented, possibly even the best pretty soon, Shohei Ohtani, is now the new Mike Trout, who's on a good, terrible team, doing something amazing, incredible. He's the new Shohei Ohtani. Went 4 for 4, hit for the cycle, and tossed an 8-inning shutout in the Angels' 5-0 loss after blowing it in the ninth. That's basically the new, the new norm. Jared Walsh has been a stud. Anthony Rendon's fucking terrible. Kurt Suzuki should not be employed by a Major League Baseball team. David Fletcher sucks. And we have 2 out of 3, potentially 3 out of 3 of our starting outfielders every game should not be in the major leagues either. Justin Upton can hit a ball every once in a while. He is a pretty damn good leadoff hitter, I will say that. And Joe Madden has way too much faith in our bullpen. He pulls all of our starters out in the 5th inning for no reason at all. He'll pull Shohei out at 80 pitches when he's tossing an absolutely amazing start. Then the bullpen will come in, give up any base runners he left on there, and give up the lead if he has it. It's been insane. I don't think Ohtani has a win yet this year, although he does have an ERA under 3. So it's ridiculous, but yeah. I legitimately think we might finish in 4th place because the Mariners are pretty damn good. They have a very good bullpen. Their pitching's been above what we expected, and their offense is rolling. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on the Angels.
It's funny because Nick was very calm, cool, and collected. You there was just sadness in your voice.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And I'm just.
I was sad about like what happened with the Royals too, but like, bruh.
No, but you're kind of accepted it, over it, and then Nolan's just sad because the Angels are disappointing every year after year.
I mean, we weren't supposed to contend this year, so like, yes, it was nice at the time, but like kind of had to drop down to earth, and that's kind of where I am now too. Plus, we don't have any superstar players like Nolan does on their team. Like we don't have an Otani, we don't have a Trout.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
And honestly,
Still
I
better
kind of
than-
wish we didn't. It'd be nice to have a disappointing team that should be disappointing. You know, like
At me.
it'd be nice for our best player to be Joey Gallo, but it's not. Our best player is potentially the greatest player of our generation, potentially the greatest player of all time,
and he's not going
Exactly.
anywhere.
and he's not going anywhere. It's not like Joey Gallo not making a World Series is gonna, take him out of the Hall of Fame or anything. So I don't know. Anyways, go for it, Mick.
I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna start out calling out Yankee fans. If I see one more fucking tweet that says Trevor Story needs to be on the Yankees before this season is over, I'm gonna lose it. Trevor Story will not be a Yankee. Just like I said, Luis Castillo will not be a Yankee. Trevor Story makes way too much money. The Yankees care far more about staying under the luxury tax than they do about winning. It's
They also
just a
love spending
fact.
money.
They will not be going over the luxury tax this year. They have about $4 million before they reach that mark, and that will not be surpassed no matter what. So please stop. Ketel Marte is the only possible trade candidate that can actually improve their team, and he'd be in the outfield before he's playing in the middle infield. So you're just going to roll with it. You talked about how Kurt Suzuki should not be employed by a major league team. The Texas fucking Rangers released Rougned Odor, and now he is the starting second baseman on the New York Yankees, what was supposed to be the best team in the American League, and the Rangers, one of the worst teams in the league, are paying his entire salary to not play for them. And he's the starting second baseman on the New York Yankees. DJ LeMahieu has been awful. Clint Frazier, awful. I think those guys are going to bounce back. I think DJ LeMahieu is too good to continue to be this bad. But the Yankees need a complete mindset overhaul. They care more about resting guys than they do about winning. Giancarlo Stanton came off the DL 5 or 6 days ago. He's played 2 fucking games. They rest guys when it makes no sense. Mike Ford's been on the team all year. Mike Ford is batting well below 200. I mean, all of his stats are atrocious. He needs to be released. So does Rougned Odor. Aaron Boone does not light a fire under this team like he needs to. We were promised a dynasty in 2017, and we have done nothing. Not even made the World Series. Nothing. Marcus Timms, gotta go. Hitting coach. See you later. Matt Blake has done phenomenal. Shout out to him. The Yankees pitching has been really good. He's figured out, the Yankees have all figured out how to throw changeups, and they've been good. The Yankees need a life under their asses. Fans need to, we cannot put up with this anymore. The light-hearted friend of the players manager, Aaron Boone, is not working. Nothing is. The Red Sox should not be better than the Yankees right now.
But they are.
Yes, I know. But the Yankees are underperforming, and they rest players way more than they need to. Most teams have a starting lineup they roll out every day. The Red Sox, you can write their lineup in permanent marker, and it's almost going to be that every day. The Yankees might make a different lineup every day. Either Rougned Odor is batting second, fourth, or sixth. Rougned Odor is batting under 200. His OPS is under 600. He has like 3 home runs. He's been atrocious. He's our 2-hitter. He gets more at-bats every game than Aaron Judge, who's an MVP candidate. Figure it out. That's why I'm so mad.
Oh yeah. And you deserve.
And I know, like, I'm not saying that me as a Yankee, like, obviously the Yankees are 5 games above 500. They're still well in the race. They're probably going to make the postseason. They could still potentially win the division. But the Yankees try more to be like the Rays than they do to try and win fucking games. Their team is not built like the Rays, but they play like the Rays anyway. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And again, like I'm just mad because we were supposed to be the best team in the American League, and we've been terrible. You know, we're a bottom 3 offense in terms of runs scored per game. You know who's worse than us? The fucking Tigers and the fucking Orioles. That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. And none of those teams are in contention.
No, your offense is comparable to the Angels pitching staff, and that's embarrassing. Like I said, you just need a time machine. You need to go back in time and get prime. Gary Sanchez should be in his prime right now, but he's not.
Gary Sanchez, I mean, his numbers aren't like, I don't care. Gary Sanchez is not supposed to lead this offense.
Yeah,
Stanton
but
has not been that. I mean, Stanton's been decent. Judge has obviously been very good. LeMahieu's
he's
got to
healthy.
figure it out. Like, I know Luke Voigt hasn't been there for the whole season. Aaron Hicks is out for the entire season. I think Luke Voigt's only played 10 games. He'll be back
Aaron
later
Hicks
in
is
the
out
year.
for the season again?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yes,
what?
Aaron
I
Hicks
didn't
is
hear
out for the
that.
season. He
Since
tore
when?
he tore the sheath in his elbow, or in his arm, and so he's out for the
Is
season.
that the third time he's missed an entire year for the Yankees? Or the
Aaron Hicks contract, back when a couple years ago they signed him to the 5-year, $70 million extension. I think it's the new Ellsbury contract. Like, yeah, you just can't rely on him to be your center fielder anymore. And if I see another Yankee fan say Jason Dominguez, shut the fuck up.
He's too young.
Is
He's
not.
coming up. Yeah.
He won't be up until 2024 probably.
Yeah.
So
he's like 16.
like, he's
Is that even
18.
legal? Oh, he's 18 now?
Yes, exactly. He's 18. He has not played any professional games. He's had at bats against professional pitchers, but hasn't played any professional games. Like, please stop. Esteban Florial's not the answer. He's not been very good in AAA. Just hasn't played that many games in AAA. The Yankees need to trade for Ketel Marte. They need to fire their pitching coach. Arguably, they need to fire their manager. But I know Aaron Boone's not the one who makes the decisions. It's the front office. The entire front office needs an attitude change. I don't know why they make the decisions that they do.
I think it's
That
because
doesn't make
they
sense.
definitely have some pressure on them since last year. Literally, the entire storyline of the postseason last year was, oh my God, the Rays, who spent like $6 million on their entire payroll, just beat the biggest payroll in baseball, Yankees. And they were probably like sitting at home like, just fucking pit. I could just see a Yankees executive with their arms crossed and their big frown on their face, staring at the TV like, fuck you, Rays. We're not going to spend any
that's
more.
the thing, though. They can spend as much. Like, I think their defense is that they spend money on their team. They care about winning, which, sure. But when your roster management and in-game management is atrocious, it doesn't matter how much game. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Aaron Boone's not the one who makes the lineups. It's the front office. It's basically all but confirmed. Like, when your roster management and the way you decide to use guys sucks, doesn't matter how much. And they're choosing to do that. They choose to follow analytics, and I love analytics, I do, but they choose to follow that much more than they choose to follow logic.
Yeah.
They're not. They try to outraise the Rays when they're not the fucking Rays. And like, they got swept in Detroit the other day.
Yep.
Detroit's the worst team in the American League.
Yep.
It was funny to watch.
And the
was
reason
fun.
is they used pitchers that entire series that they knew were gonna get sent down, or weren't major league pitchers, because they didn't care about winning, because they wanted to rest their players for the Rays series. And you know what? They only won 2 out of the 4 games against the Rays, so was it really fucking worth it? They pitched Nick Nelson, Albert Abreu, there's more guys.
Justin
I just can't
Wilson?
think of Justin
Right.
Wilson gave up the walk-off home run and then went on the IL. They pitched Justin Wilson when they knew he was injured and was going to go on the IL, and still pitched him in a tie game. And then he gave up the lead, and they didn't win. And
Yeah,
got
when you
swept.
have some of the best relievers in baseball just chilling back there.
Well, Chapman wasn't available because he was sick, which
Well,
is
Loaiza's
fine.
been ridiculous.
Wise has been good. Chad Green's underrated. There are guys, but they care more about resting guys than they do about winning the games that they can actually fucking win. It's not just going to be a cakewalk to the postseason. If the season ended today, they wouldn't make the postseason.
Yeah. No,
So-
I feel you, man. I mean, when the Angels lose a game, it's always something goes wrong for us. I feel like the Yankees just, like I said, it's just poor management,
They literally
poor
try to
use of personnel.
Exactly. You say like something goes wrong for them. The Yankees make that go wrong for them. Like,
Yeah. When
yeah,
I love It's so funny because I'm not purposefully on Yankees Twitter, but just because there's so many fucking Yankees fans out there, whenever something happens
Everywhere.
in a Yankees game, I just see it. So like the Gleyber Torres. Have you seen Jared Carabas too? What he's been posting lately?
I
Be like, Aaron
hate
Judge hits a
his
walk-off
tweets.
home run in the 9th, and it's him striking out on 3 pitches.
Dude, that
Or
was
Gleyber
fucking
Torres with the
hilarious.
play of the year, and it's him fielding a ground ball and just mailing it, like almost to the second deck, just fucking airmail
Dude,
for no
I
reason
love
at all.
that guy to death.
It
I
wasn't-
love that guy.
I
He's
fucking
so
hate
funny.
him.
So
But like, no,
funny.
I
It's
can
so
acknowledge that it's
funny.
hilarious. It is. It's hilarious. But I hate seeing his tweets.
I fucking love it because I'm like, oh shit, just kidding. He struck out.
Yeah, dude. Every time I see it, I'm like, I read the caption and then I look who it was, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I saw the tweet. I saw the tweet too. I'm pretty sure I retweeted on my Twitter too.
Yeah. No,
was
it's
so
great.
fucking funny,
I
man.
love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh my god! Like I thought it was a legit grand slam from Aaron Judge because I mean I didn't see it
Yeah.
anywhere else from Twitter. That was the first thing I saw when I opened Twitter, and then I saw the 3 straight strikes. I
That was
instantly
great.
thought of Mick. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna tag Mick in this post.
It's okay. I get tagged in so much shit. It's insane.
Oh yeah. No, it's
Ah.
great. It's great. Well,
That's the one thing about being a content creator that I didn't realize was gonna happen. You know, I'd heard about it, but like, I don't like.
yeah.
It's insane.
Every time your team loses, you're fucked. No, it's
Every
scary.
time.
It's scary putting hot takes out there. Like I can't imagine being in like Steve Smith, Max Kellerman's shoes, where everything you say about every single sport, mind you, is under scrutiny and like literally anything. Like Max Kellerman, you know the quote where he's like, you know, if all my money, everything's on the line, the fate of the universe is on the line, I want Iguodala instead of like Steph Curry. You know,
Yeah.
you say something like that, and then 6 years later, you got people who are still fucking tagging you in it, still reposting it, still making fun of you for it. That's gonna be you with Shane Bieber for his entire career.
Yeah, that's like Fuzzy in the 3-1 lead in 2016.
Yeah, no Fuzzy in the 3-1 lead. Fuzzy.
He
in-
still
I
gets
think was
ridiculed
it
5 years
also
later.
I think it was Max Kellerman that said that Johnny Manziel was going to be more popular in Cleveland than LeBron James.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And you always have to go back on those takes and face the media. Then there's guys
Yeah.
like who's the guy who does the draft? You know the guy who does the NFL draft every year, and he just sits there, and he's been doing it since like the 80s. I can't remember his name, but literally
Yeah, I don't
every
know either.
single he has a profile on every single draft pick ever. Just imagine you talking about every single draft pick ever, and you have to go back
Yep.
on those takes. So it'll be like, yeah, Randy Moss can't catch. Julio Jones is underdeveloped. You know,
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes is too small to be a winning
To be a
quarterback in
quarterback.
the NFL.
Yeah, I think when you sign up for this, you know, like you're getting paid to, or you know, you're making content to have these takes, and then you have to know you're going to be wrong sometimes, and you have to be willing to accept that. You know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
tagging and the constant nagging, just part of it. And it gets people in my chat, so you know that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
for me, the biggest thing is Mad Bum. Like literally in all of our chats, probably like 2 Strike and Tango, and I'm surprised you guys don't have a command for this yet. But Trav always makes a command. It's like Mad Bum, and it's like Madison Bumgarner's the father of the Kansas City Royals. That's like the one thing. That's like the one thing I get ridiculed over. But like I'm completely fine with that.
No, it's always a good time, man. That's why I just posted a YouTube video, literally just now. Go watch it. About my All-Star takes, right? Well, you know what the first thing I let off the video with? I'm picking Jared Walsh as my starting first baseman for the American League All-Star team. Cause as soon as I dropped the video, I had 6 comments already within the first like minute that were like,
Damn.
"The fuck?"
I'm gonna
Who
go
are-"
look.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and I even let off the video saying like, "I'm not gonna make any homer picks. This is what I really think." I did say in the video, I was like, "Okay, Vladimir Guerrero better in every single statistical measurable category, but I'm still picking Jared Walsh." And then I did. And I
So
submitted
happy
it.
to have a Nolan.
Tell me
video
you're an
to watch
Angels fan
later.
without telling me you're an Angels fan.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
I appreciate you guys letting me rant though.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think that is going to do it for us.
We need to make more of these.
Yes, we'll be back with more episodes. We promise. You know, life is hard. It's
Been a
hard to
lot
get
of
3
fun.
people. It's hard to get 3 people's schedules to line up so we can do this. But appreciate you guys checking us out. Make sure you go follow us at DIR Podcast, Twitter and Instagram, also TikTok. You can go follow me at McMiller42, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Just hit the 200 sub mark on YouTube. Nolan, where can we find you?
NMR Sports on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. NMR Sports 30 on Instagram and Twitter. Just hit that young 600 sub mark on YouTube. Thanks to my last video doing pretty well. It's nice. Go give it a watch.
And Nick?
You guys can find me on Twitch and Twitter at NickTheriault12, THERIAULT. And Instagram at THERIAULT, Terrio Gaming 12.
Oh, you can't hear him? Is that what you're saying?
My headphones completely just died, and I can't hear you now.
Okay, great.
So you can sign off for me.
All right, great. Well, from everyone here at the Diamond in the Rough podcast, appreciate you guys tuning back in. We will have some more content coming out soon now that we're all kind of settled in our situations at the moment. Anyways, appreciate you guys listening, watching, wherever you're at, and we'll see you guys all in the next one.